As parents, we face many challenges raising our children, from the beginning until they're adults and beyond. It's all part of the job that you love, and there is nothing more rewarding than watching your child develop. It's not always easy, though, and as most parents of toddlers can agree, potty training can be one of those challenges that seems like the harder you try, the worse it gets. As with so many other parenting issues, the most important thing to keep in mind is that you aren't just solving a problem, you're raising a child. If you're finding that potty training seems to be impossible, then you must watch the rest of this video to discover how to help your child be successful and get potty trained now. Hello, my name is Mary Williams, and like you, I'm a parent, and potty training was a nightmare for me. Potty training is difficult with even one child, but try potty training 2 kids at once. Yes, you heard correctly. I potty trained 2 of my kids simultaneously. I was the mother of a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old when I found out that I was pregnant again. My husband and I were ecstatic, but the big surprise was that I was pregnant with twins. That came as a shock, and I have to admit, with 2 small children in the house, I was worried about all of the extra work that would be required with 2 babies at one time. My husband and I started talking about how we could make things easier. We knew from having the first 2 kids that we would have to be more organized and really prepared to take care of 2 kids at once. Of course, we couldn't forget about the 2 we already had. Sleeping through the night, feedings, diapers, having 2 of everything. We discussed everything. Then my husband reminded me of when we started potty training with our oldest child. I suddenly realized that there was no way that I could do that with 2 children at once. With my oldest, potty training had become a power struggle, and honestly, there were days when I just wanted to give up. My son was stubborn about even trying to use the potty. He just decided that no matter what we tried, he wasn't interested. It seemed like I was losing regardless of what I tried. Unfortunately, as I later discovered, I had been following the wrong information and went about potty training the wrong way. I'm sure that you've heard a lot of the same bad information, and some of what I'm about to tell you may be why you're having a difficult time potty training your child too. I had always been told that your child will tell you when they're ready to get potty trained. That made sense to me. I waited until my son was almost 2 years old, and I kept thinking any day now that he'd be ready to start taking the first steps. He never did, and when I tried to encourage him, it just got worse. I had also been told that if you sit your child on the potty, that they will naturally want to start using it. Well, I'm here to tell you that is completely wrong. Maybe some kids do. Of course, all children are different, but it definitely did not work for me. As a matter of fact, sitting on the potty and just trying to go to the bathroom there made my son fight potty training even harder. He would cry and even go so far as to throw a temper tantrum, all because he was determined not to try to use the potty. I started talking to other mothers that I knew who had children to see how potty training was going for them. I was surprised when I found out that they were having a lot of the same problems as I had. Their kids either were afraid of the potty or just weren't interested in using it. I had also heard that I shouldn't worry if my son wasn't potty trained by the time he went to daycare. They would help him there. At one point, I was so tired of the struggle that I started thinking daycare might be the only option. I felt like I didn't have anything to lose, so I started making some phone calls to check and see if I could sign my son up for daycare. I was amazed to discover that no daycare, not a single daycare in my area, would even let me enroll my son there if he wasn't potty trained. In fact, later when I spoke to a few moms that I knew who had children that were older than my son, those moms told me that their children were put in pull-ups if they had an accident at daycare. That was not what I had in mind for potty training. Speaking of pull-ups, I had been told that if all else fails, I could always help my son to get potty trained by using pull-ups. Well, that didn't work either. In fact, he didn't care if he wore a traditional diaper or a pull-up. He still went potty in his pants. Either way. After months of problems and frustration, I finally asked my mother, who had potty trained all 4 of her children, for her advice about my son. She told me not to worry because boys are harder to train than girls. That didn't really help me, though. So, 6 months later, after buying a potty chair, my son was no closer to being potty trained than when we started. In fact, now my son was scared to even try. Sometimes he started crying when we just talked about it. I was at my wit's end, and eventually, it did happen, but the whole process took a year and a half. My husband was right. With twins, we could not potty train them the same way. With our second child, potty training was easier, but she was not potty trained at night until she was 4 years old. During the daytime, she seemed to pick it up fairly easily. At night, she needed a pull-up. I started calculating what pull-ups would cost for 2 kids. There was no way that we could afford that. Actually, when I started thinking about all the things that we had bought over the years and tried with the first 2 kids to get them potty trained, we had definitely spent a lot of money for very little results. We bought potty chairs, we bought targets to put in the potty, we bought underwear and rewards. We even got a chart to put stickers on when our kids did make it to the bathroom on time. But all in all, it seemed like we had done it the hard way. I started to wonder, was there an easier way? Especially now that I'd be potty training 2 kids at the same time. I'm happy to tell you that yes, there is an easier way to potty train that is far more successful than the popular methods out there right now. In fact, I had my twins potty trained in just 3 days. It wasn't stressful at all. In fact, this time, it seemed to almost just happen naturally. Other moms started wondering how I did it. I had to tell them that the first thing I did was to throw out all of the old information that we had on potty training and start over. How do we teach our children to do all the other things that we want them to learn? They learn to eat from a spoon. They start talking and they're walking, if not running. These are all things that they didn't know at birth. One of the first things I realized was that your child will tell you when they're ready to be potty trained. Although it hadn't worked for me in the past, it's very important to know when they are physically ready. That made sense to me. As your child develops, their abilities grow. Would you try to make your baby walk before they were ready to? Of course not, but that's what a lot of us do when it comes to potty training. The first mistake that I made with my oldest son was starting to potty train him before he was ready. That made him view potty training as a bad thing in his mind, and it was a battle after that. I wish I had known about potty training the easy way when he was starting, but I'm happy I know about it now. Some kids walk early, some kids walk later. The same applies to potty training. This doesn't mean that you should wait until they give you a sign that they want to use the potty. This just means that you know that they are physically able to start the process. They can be ready in as early as 18 months. In fact, just 50 years ago, most children were potty trained at 18 months. This happened for several reasons. First of all, moms were using cloth diapers only, and although many moms have returned to cloth diapers recently, they are not as convenient as paper diapers. Secondly, women had more children then, and let's face it, having 2 kids in diapers is not easy. I understand because I had to. Another important factor in starting potty training is the timing in your household. When I look back and see what a struggle it was to potty train my son, I realize now that I started before he was ready, and it was a busy time at home. Not that there is ever a time that's not busy for us moms with small kids, but certain times are more difficult. Trying to start potty training when you're moving, when your schedule is changing, or when there's an event going on just makes everything more difficult. It becomes a stressful thing rather than a natural thing, and I don't have to tell you that your kids know when you're stressed. Not all kids are ready at the same age, so it's important to watch your child for signs of readiness, such as stopping an activity for a few seconds. Once your child starts to care if they're wet or dry, you know that they're getting to a point where potty training is possible. If you start potty training when your child doesn't know or care if they're wet, they have no incentive to try to use the potty. Think about it. I know I was shocked when I discovered this. It seems so simple and obvious, but it's true. Like walking or talking, kids learn quickly when they are interested. That was the beginning of my new formula for potty training my twins. Once I started putting it together, I decided that this was too good to keep to myself. Especially after hearing from so many other moms again and again tell me how hard it was to get their children potty trained. That is how Potty Miracle got started, and I'm happy to say that it's helped thousands of moms just like you. Potty training doesn't have to get the better of you. It can be easy, natural, and stress-free. Moms have enough stress, especially today when we have so many other things to do. Most of us work outside the home, and that's just the beginning of our jobs. When we come home after work, that's when our real work is just starting. Moms need every convenience that they can get to make things easier. That's why so many moms keep their children in pull-ups for a long time after potty training has started. I know that's why my son wore pull-ups for so long. I was too tired and too busy to try to fix the situation. Now that I know how easy potty training can be, I know that my son would not have needed those pull-ups for so long. Another sign that your child is ready to start potty training is that they can tell you that they are going potty. If you start potty training your child before they know in advance that they're actually going to the bathroom, it's hard work. Think about it. They're still not ready if they don't know that they're going potty yet. That was another mistake that I made with my son. He didn't understand that basic concept, and that was another issue that made potty training very stressful. As a busy mom of 4 kids, I can tell you that doing things the hard way is just not an option. Moms need an easy way to do everything, especially potty training. When you order Potty Miracle, first of all, you're going to learn everything that doesn't work when you start potty training. So many of us rely on information that we get from other parents when we have babies. As a first-time mother, I was desperate to get any good advice that I could get my hands on. That was another mistake when I started potty training my son. I would listen to all of the advice that I got and try this way and then that way. It's no wonder my son was so confused and more than a little scared of potty training. He was picking that up from me. With the twins, I started out with confidence, and I found that was very important. I had a plan and I stuck with it, and honestly, I couldn't believe how quickly and easily it worked. When you read the Potty Miracle Guide, you won't believe how quickly your child is potty trained either. I have heard from moms over and over who are just amazed at how easy it was this time, especially if they have had potty training problems in the past like I did. Something else that I learned while putting together my potty training plan was that with my son, we didn't have a plan, and not having a plan made potty training worse. My husband was trying as many different methods as I was. My son was getting too many different suggestions. None of them made sense, and he could sense our frustration. Poor kid. The good news is that I was able to change my approach and not make those same mistakes. Even better, I have been able to help so many other moms avoid those same mistakes. The Potty Miracle Guide takes you step by step through the potty training process so that you know exactly what to do. You'll be consistent throughout the process, which makes it easier for your child to succeed. You'll also avoid all the stress that comes with trying things that don't work. Since we busy moms need all the help we can get, I've included 7 free bonuses that'll help your child become happier. Bonus number 1, stress relief secrets. Many parents experience stress trying to raise their kids, especially during the early years while the children are still young. Often, this stress comes from parents not having the right information and not understanding what effective tools can assist them during the parenting process. The stress that parents experience is often sensed by their children, which increases the entire family's stress levels. With this guide, parents will learn various tips and strategies to help relieve them from the stress that comes with raising kids. A stress-free parent results in a stress-free child and a happier family as a whole. Bonus number 2, intelligent child secrets. Intelligence is an important ingredient for a successful life. Many parents dream of their child having a high intelligence, but do not know how to develop it. There are proven strategies for parents to follow to improve their child's intelligence and ensure they are learning to their full potential. This guide will reveal how to raise an intelligent child and ensure you take control of your child's future. Bonus number 3, fun learning activities. The most important time to learn in our life is when we are children. This learning is most effective when done through daily activities in a fun and engaging way. When children do not enjoy learning, they often become frustrated. This increases their stress and, as a result, has a negative effect on their development and happiness. This guide will provide you with the tools to help your child learn through play and within their daily routines. Bonus number 4, toilet training your child. Toilet training a child can be a difficult process for many parents. This experience causes a lot of stress for both the parents and the child. Often, this stress comes from parents not having the right information and not understanding what effective tools can assist them during the process. With this step-by-step guide, you will learn effective tips and strategies to help your child with toilet training. Bonus number 5, sleep secrets. Sleep is an important factor for your child's health. It is especially important for children to have healthy sleep habits as it impacts their growth and development. Parents should understand what is best for their child at every age, including sleep schedule and bedtime routines. This guide will provide parents with the right information to ensure their child develops healthy sleep habits. Bonus number 6, healthy eating for children. What your child eats, as well as their eating habits, greatly impacts their health, growth, and development. However, even when parents know what foods are healthy, they often struggle to get their children to eat these foods and are not able to develop healthy eating habits. There are proven strategies that are loved by both parents and children to encourage healthy foods and proper eating. This guide will reveal these tips for parents to help their children develop healthy habits around food and ensure feeding time is enjoyable for the whole family. Bonus number 7, talking with your toddler. How we interact with our children greatly impacts their development and self-esteem. Parents often do not know the impact of their words and how it affects their child. Good communication helps children express their feelings and develop a healthy self-esteem. However, poor communication can have a negative effect on self-esteem and can lead to conflict later in a child's life. Talking with your toddler provides parents with valuable information about communication and will teach you how to talk effectively with your child. These awesome bonuses will help you and your child become healthier and live a more productive life. The Potty Miracle Guide and the 7 amazing bonuses are immediately accessible and compatible with any smartphone, tablet, or computer, so that you can begin experiencing all of the amazing benefits in literally just seconds from now. Click on the order button below to get instant access to Potty Miracle and the 7 bonuses right now. With the Potty Miracle Guide, you'll start feeling good about the potty training process. Your child will feel good about the process too, and that's exciting. Instead of getting frustrated, your child will be proud, and that's exactly what every parent wants. You may be wondering right now if Potty Miracle will really work for you. I know when I was in the middle of potty training my son, I would have jumped at the chance to find something that really worked. I want to help you potty train your child as soon as possible. That's why when you order Potty Miracle, you'll also get my special guarantee. You see, I know that these techniques work and have helped thousands of other parents get their kids potty trained the fast and easy way. I want you to feel comfortable knowing that this is going to work for you. So when you click the order button below, you'll get my 100% money-back guarantee for 60 days. This means that you have 2 full months to use Potty Miracle and make sure that it works for you. If at any time you feel like Potty Miracle isn't everything that I say it is, all you have to do is ask for a refund, and I will give you one. No questions asked. Of course, you get to keep the 7 free bonuses. So when you order the Potty Miracle Guide, not only do you get instant access to the breakthrough potty training techniques that will make potty training simple and easy, you also get the 7 free bonuses and my 60-day money-back guarantee. That's because I stand behind this information, and I want you to benefit from all that I learned. If I can help one busy parent make their life easier and experience that same peace of mind that I had when my twins were potty trained, that makes it all worthwhile. I want that parent to be you. Raising children is difficult as it is, especially in our modern world. We're all so busy and we have so much to do. Children require so much, and it seems like parenting has become more complicated, even with all of our conveniences. It's the world's hardest job. Of course, it's the most rewarding job too. I know I don't have to tell you that, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You can avoid all the frustration and stress that comes with potty training your child when you start using the information inside the Potty Miracle Guide. You'll have everything that you need at your fingertips to succeed at potty training your child. You'll also know specifically what does not work, and you'll be able to avoid the mistakes that I made with my first potty training experience. Plus, you'll get the 7 free bonuses that will help you and your child become healthier and happier. And I want to make sure that you know that along with your order, you have my full 60-day money-back guarantee. You can order with confidence because you're not risking anything. If Potty Miracle doesn't work for you, let me know and I'll give you a refund. You deserve the opportunity to test it for yourself. And if I didn't know for certain that Potty Miracle would help you, I wouldn't be able to offer you this guarantee. The guarantee is my way of telling you that I strongly believe in the effectiveness of the techniques laid out in this guide. I know you won't find anything else online that will be as helpful as Potty Miracle. Even if you decide to return the guide, I want you to keep the 7 free bonuses. The bonuses are yours to keep forever, and the information is invaluable. Potty Miracle is the real deal. It is simple, effective, and affordable. The information in Potty Miracle has worked for me while potty training my twins, and it has also worked for thousands of other parents. The steps you'll discover in Potty Miracle are easy to follow, and you'll be shown the step-by-step process to potty training your child. No more stress, no more anxiety, and no more worries about when your child will finally be potty trained. No more accidents or embarrassing incidents that make your child feel bad about themselves. You'll be amazed at how quickly your child just goes potty, as if they had done it all along. Think of all the money that you'll be saving when you don't need to buy diapers and pull-ups. In fact, for less than it costs to buy a week's worth of diapers, you can order Potty Miracle and be well on your way to successful, easy potty training. Even if you're a caregiver or babysitter, you'll want this guide to help with kids that you're taking care of. Maybe you're a grandparent who watches their grandbaby often. Maybe you're parents with an older child and have been struggling with accidents for years. Whatever the case may be, Potty Miracle will help you successfully potty train your child once and for all. Click on the order button below and order Potty Miracle right now, and in the next few hours, you'll be able to start potty training the right way. Don't wait. Order Potty Miracle and watch your baby get potty trained the easy way. Click on the order button below to get instant access to Potty Miracle and the 7 bonuses right now.